Lifting naturally fucking sucks, so...
This statement right here literally sums up all the upcoming generations. Of course, not 100% of the people, but most teenagers and people in their 20s, they want the results just like that. So this guy Connor is not unique. It's a product of a fitness industry who spirals down into the generation, and at this point it's not about fitness anymore. It's not about health anymore. It's about who can do the most outrageous stuff so they can get clout, a large following, and make lots of money in the process. We hear this term more and more lately, that fitness influencing is dead. And it is, because nobody is in the business of helping other people become more healthy, stronger, fitter, and ultimately become a better version of themselves. However, it's all about who can sink the lowest, because this will bring in the views.
So, I'm starting a fat cycle.
So that's exactly what I mean. Instead of looking for the best way to build muscle naturally, to be consistent, to have a better diet, to find what works for you, people these days are more inclined to jump straight on the juice and give their natural potential zero chances. This is ridiculous, because from day one, you end up being dependent on a foreign substance, on a dangerous substance, which you will not know how your body will react once you take it. You're literally playing Russian roulette, because the side effects for you, they might be mild, but for some people, the side effects will damage them forever. And people don't care. They are willing to play this game. They are willing to take this risk. For what? For some likes on Instagram? For your mate to tell you at the gym, "Yeah bro, you look so good." Health is wealth. But of course, when you're young, you don't realize this, and you're gonna do a lot of stupid shit. But this right here, these hormones, these peptides, pro-hormones, you name it, they can have life-changing side effects. And don't forget, once you stop, you won't be able to keep all this muscle. As we can see in this guy's case, that he went to prison, he didn't have access to his steroids. Obviously, we can argue he had very bad food, but he lost absolutely all his gains. And that has mostly to do with the fact that he was off drugs.
And I know what you're thinking. Connor, didn't you just say you're done with steroids? Well, sort of.
Yes, a lot of people fall for this trap because they will go off drugs, they start losing muscle, they start losing strength, their mental health goes to shit. You go to the gym, you can't pick up those heavy weights anymore. The pump doesn't feel the same. People stop giving you compliments, and then you are not able to stay away from this stuff. So all this stuff combined is going to push you to jump again on the gear. And this guy literally says it, that he's gonna start a fat cycle. So there is no skill, there is no intelligence behind it. Bottom line is just drugs. I mean, just look at this picture when he is on. He looks so much older, so much more mature. His face doesn't look like a 25-year-old. He looks much older. So you basically cut years out of your life just for a bit of muscle. And let's face it, guys, his physique, for the amount of steroid that he took, it's actually mid. He could achieve this physique naturally in 5 to 8 years, but instead of that, he chose the easy way. And a lot of the times, the easy way, it's a trap. He cannot stay away from abusing drugs.
I mean, between my partying habit and gear abuse, my heart has probably aged in dog years, so I gotta take a break.
I'm not really sure what he's referring to. Probably he's done some medical tests and he has some issues. But you see, even after finding this, his mind is already set up that, oh, I need to go back on drugs. I need to do my transformation. I need to impress the people. I need to get the likes. I need to get the accolades. And we can see once again that health is taking a backseat. So he knows that his gear abuse is bad for him. It's ruining his health. Yet he still goes on to do it. Like, why?
But lifting naturally, like I said, fucking sucks. The best way I can describe it is instead of feeling aggressive and confident in the gym, you feel cold and wet, like the feeling of wearing wet socks. Lifting naturally has also reminded me that I need to actually recover. I'm getting sore as fuck after my workouts, which I'm not used to.
And unfortunately, that's not the reality of natural training. Guys, I've been training natural for 15 years. When I go to the gym, and 95% of the time, I'm ready to kill it. But why? Because my hormonal system works properly. I haven't ruined it with this kind of stuff. I don't like drinking. I never ever took any recreational drugs. I never ever took steroids. And even though I'm almost 37 years old, I'm pretty sure that my hormonal system works at pretty high capacity. And that's why when I'm going to the gym, I can train very hard, very aggressively. I can get a good pump. And I'm not reliant on this kind of bullshit. But that's the thing. Once you jump on steroids, training without them never feels the same. So essentially you become a pussy. Why would you do this to yourself? It just blows my mind. And once again, once you stop the steroids, you lose your gains. You won't be able to keep that. And not to mention, if you crash your hormonal system, you will lose so much muscle. Everything will go to shit. Yes, you can argue about PCT and you should look after your health and do all the right things. But people don't have the discipline to do that. They're gonna make excuses. They're gonna feel like shit and they're not gonna eat well. They're not gonna train hard. And that's why this guy says that training natural sucks. When in reality, it doesn't.
Lifting naturally has also reminded me that I need to actually recover. I'm getting sore as fuck after my workouts, which I'm not used to. And looking at my physique, I've definitely made some progress from when the lock-in first started. I'm leaner and more aesthetic. Less drinking has definitely done me good, and lower cortisol has me shedding some of that water weight. We're a lean, mean 202 pounds.
So let's just say in this case that, okay, he got out of prison, he didn't have the weights, and yes, you're gonna get sore for a while. But if you eat well, if you train hard and consistent, after a while, you're gonna still be sore, but not as much. So what he tells me, beyond the fact that he hasn't trained with weights for a while, he probably eats like shit. Doesn't take his supplements, doesn't have the necessary macros to fuel his muscles, to fuel his workouts. He's probably not sleeping at night. Of course he doesn't. He's on vitamin C, we've seen vitamin K, and all these other vitamins. So what do you think your body will do? Do you think your body will be focused on building muscle when your liver has to detox from all this shit that you're taking? Of course not. Well, after being in prison for a month, when you got out and you started eating well, you started taking your macros, you started taking your vitamins, then of course your body responded and you started to look better. But this is not enough. People always want more. He just wants everything fast. So there's only one way to do it, by taking anabolic steroids. And that's exactly what he's going to do, because otherwise he just can't build it. He doesn't have the discipline to do it. He's just taking the easy way out, and he's teaching you also to do so. He's inspiring people to do the same. This is what pisses me off. This is absolutely ridiculous, and people like him and most of the influencers nowadays, they are destroying our fitness industry. This doesn't help. They are literally just jesters. They are not influencing. They behave like clowns, like degenerates, like imbeciles. So what do you think is gonna happen with the younger generations? They're just gonna copy these guys and they're gonna emulate them and they're gonna end up the same. So we are on a downward spiral and this needs to stop. We need more influencers who actually are positive in our industry.
But I'm feeling hella insecure. Anyone need some kindling for firewood? Because I got some serious twig arms going on. And let's not even talk about legs.
I mean, mate, this is your body. This is what you've done so far. And your body is reacting like this. So stop bitching. And everybody who has the same mindset, stop bitching. Oh, it takes so long. Oh, it's so hard. Just do the work, man. Be disciplined. Be consistent. Stop bitching and stop taking the easy way out. Because once again, what you build with natural means, you're gonna keep. You're not gonna build muscle with the help of steroids, and once you stop, you're gonna keep all that. No, that doesn't work that way. And a lot of people will get more side effects than actual gain.
We're gonna start a cycle. But not a cycle of steroids, but of peptide. Because that way I can keep my natty card and my heart won't explode.
No, it doesn't work like that. Your natty card is long gone. Forget it. Of course, it's not for me to decide, but you altered your hormonal system in such a way that you can't be counted as natural anymore. So forget about that. And if you take peptides, how can you say that you're going to keep your natty card when you're taking performance-enhancing drugs? This stuff is banned. You cannot take peptides and go to a tested competition. If this were natural, you could easily take them as an Olympic athlete, but guess what? They are banned, and if they catch you, you're done. So if you are concerned about your heart, why are you still thinking to take these steroids? Why are you still thinking to take these peptides? Do you think your heart will not be affected by this? And let's just say you just start to build a lot of muscle all of a sudden. Your heart will thicken as well. So your heart will still be affected.
The list will be as follows. Retatrutide to modulate appetite, apamorelin and CJC1295 to increase GH production, which will be slightly more muscle growth, 5-amino, 1-MQ, and BAM15 to burn fat and recomp my physique, and finally TB500 and BPC157 for my rusty ass knees. It literally sounds like I just read a fucking algebra problem, but nonetheless, hopefully by taking all this stuff in 4 weeks, I'll turn into this. Now I've used a few of these before.
Oh yeah, all these substances, and you're still saying that you're gonna keep your natty card? Are you joking? Anyone who thinks that, it's absolutely out of their mind. You are playing with dangerous substances. This stuff is no joke. So once again, no, this is not natural stuff. And you cannot call yourself a natural athlete if you're taking this kind of stuff.
Reta, and what I love about Reta is there's actually some solid evidence that it can reduce addictions and cravings. So hopefully this helps me stay sober. And just to be clear, I know I'm not literally natural. It's kind of like virginity. You can't get unfucked. What I'm saying is I'm natural at the moment. But I have a question for you guys. Do you think peptides are natural? Are they half natty or just not natural at all?
At least he acknowledges at the end that he doesn't consider himself natural anymore, which is good. So if he's gonna go on a fat cycle of steroids and he's still not gonna feel the same as he felt when he was on steroids, how long do you think that he will actually just stay on peptides? I think not very long. I think it will snowball again and he will end up taking steroids once again. So what do you guys think? Do you agree with me? Does he still deserve the natty card? In my opinion, no. But please let me know your opinion in the comment section. And guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something positive out of it. And if you're thinking about taking steroids, especially as a young individual, know that you can achieve an amazing physique. Yes, it takes longer, but you can achieve an amazing physique if you do the right things. If you learn to be disciplined, to be consistent, to train hard, to find what works for you, and at least you'll be able to keep that muscle, not melt away once you stop the steroids. So if you got until this point in my video, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, share and subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.